Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya for seekers of God. Spiritual Talks of Mahapurush Swami Shivananda. Chapter 71. Episode 158. Page number 189. Reminiscences of Swami Vivekananda. Place Bombay, Mumbai. Time January 30th, 1927. The 65th birthday anniversary of Swami Vivekananda was observed in the local Sri Ramakrishna ashrama with eclat. The main features of the celebration were worship, reading from scriptures, devotional music, and feeding of the devotees and Daridra Narayanas, the poor. The joy of the occasion was increased 100-fold by the presence of Mahapurush Maharaj. After the evening services, the sannyasins and brahmacharis gathered in Mahapurushji's room and expressed their desire to hear from him about Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda. Mahapurush Maharaj related briefly about his first contact with Swamiji, how they had spent their days together at the Kashipur garden house in the service of the Master, Sri Ramakrishna, about the establishment of the monastery at Baranagar and other such events. Then a monk asked him, Maharaj, were you and Swamiji together during the days of wandering? Mahapurushji, yes, sometimes I was with Swamiji, and sometimes we met by chance during those days. Once I set out with Brahmachari Haran of Varanasi to visit the places of pilgrimage in the western Himalayas. When we were at Hathras on our way to Vrindaban, we heard that Swamiji was there at the house of a railway officer. Swamiji was then suffering from fever, so we went to see him. Swamiji was greatly delighted at this unexpected meeting. I cannot give you any idea of the way Swamiji cut jokes with us, related many incidents merrily and full of humor, and expressed great joy at everything, in spite of his high temperature. The fever left Swamiji after 3 days, but it made him very weak. Swamiji asked us to finish our pilgrimage to Vrindaban. It was planned that after this we should go with Swamiji to Rishikesh, for we expected that he would be all right by that time. Mahapurush Maharaji continues, Haran and myself went to Vrindaban, where we spent a few days happily. Is Vrindaban just an ordinary place of pilgrimage? It is the place. Vrindaban is the place where the Lord Himself disported. The spiritual atmosphere of the place is unique. The spiritual atmosphere of the place is unique. From Vrindavan we went to Shyamakunda and Radhakunda. Once on the way, when Haran left his baggage in a place and went a little distance to ease himself, it was stolen. All the money that we both had was supposed to be in my possession, but Haran had kept a 10-rupee note separately in that bundle. The loss caused him great pain. He became very miserable. When we met Swamiji later, Swamiji was greatly amused at the incident and made a lot of fun about it. After visiting all the important places in Vrindaban, when we returned to Hathras, we found that Swamiji was again in bed with fever and his temperature was very high. Through continuous suffering from fever, Swamiji had become extremely weak and emaciated. So we decided not to stay there any longer, but to take him down to Calcutta. Swamiji also agreed. Accordingly, letters were returned to Calcutta and to the Baranagar monastery, to be continued. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.